Once upon a time, in a tranquil monastery nestled amidst the emerald hills of a distant land, there lived a community of Buddhist monks who dedicated their lives to the pursuit of wisdom, compassion, and inner peace. Among them was a young monk named Kavi, whose journey towards enlightenment was hindered by a persistent challenge: laziness. Kavi, despite his sincere intentions to follow the path of the Buddha, found himself entangled in the web of indolence. Instead of diligently attending to his daily duties, he often sought refuge in idleness. The senior monks, observing Kavi's struggle, decided it was time to impart a lesson that would help him overcome this obstacle on his spiritual journey. One crisp morning, as the first rays of sunlight painted the monastery in hues of gold, the head monk, Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara, gathered the monks in the meditation hall. With a serene expression, he began to address the assembly. "Dear brothers, today we shall delve into the wisdom of the Buddha to understand the nature of laziness and how it impedes our progress on the path to enlightenment. Let us explore this theme through stories and teachings that have been passed down through generations." The head monk shared the tale of Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha. He recounted how the young prince, before his enlightenment, experienced a life of luxury and comfort within the walls of his palace. One day, driven by a deep sense of purpose, Siddhartha decided to venture beyond the palace grounds to witness the reality of life outside its gilded gates. As the story unfolded, the monks listened attentively, drawing parallels between Siddhartha's quest for truth and their own pursuit of enlightenment. The head monk emphasized the importance of recognizing and overcoming laziness, which he referred to as a subtle hindrance on the spiritual path. To illustrate the consequences of succumbing to laziness, Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara shared another parable. This story featured a monk named Ananda, renowned for his eloquence and wisdom. Ananda, however, faced the peril of laziness, which gradually eroded his commitment to meditation and study. The once vibrant Ananda began to neglect his daily practice, opting for moments of leisure over the discipline required for spiritual growth. As a result, the brilliance of his insights dimmed, and his teachings lost their transformative power. The consequences of Ananda's laziness were not only personal, but extended to those who sought guidance from him. As the tale of Ananda unfolded, Kavi felt a pang of recognition. The similarity between his own struggles and those of the fictional monk resonated deeply within him. He resolved to heed the lesson embedded in the story and vowed to confront his laziness with renewed determination. To further reinforce the importance of diligence, the head monk turned to the Buddha's teachings on right effort. He explained the concept of putting forth the right amount of effort in cultivating wholesome qualities and abandoning unwholesome ones. Laziness, he emphasized, was a hindrance that needed to be uprooted through persistent and mindful effort. The venerable teacher guided the monks in a meditation session focused on introspection. Each monk, including Kavi, delved into the recesses of their minds, seeking to identify the roots of their laziness. In the quietude of the meditation hall, the subtle whispers of indolence were brought to light. Kavi, in the stillness of his contemplation, recognized the excuses and rationalizations that fueled his laziness. He acknowledged the comfort of inertia and the resistance to change that held him captive. With a newfound awareness, he made a silent vow to break free from the shackles of laziness and rekindle the flame of diligence within his heart. The following days unfolded as a series of challenges designed to shake the monks from the clutches of laziness. The monastery, once a haven for serene contemplation, became a training ground for the diligent pursuit of spiritual growth. Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara assigned tasks that demanded unwavering focus and commitment. The monks engaged in rigorous meditation sessions, extended periods of study, and physical work that tested their endurance. Kavi, along with his fellow monks, faced each challenge with a newfound determination to overcome laziness. During this transformative period, Kavi sought guidance from the senior monks, particularly Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara. The wise teacher shared the Buddha's teachings on the four right exertions, emphasizing the need to prevent the arising of unwholesome qualities, abandon existing unwholesome qualities, cultivate the arising of wholesome qualities, and maintain and enhance existing wholesome qualities. Armed with this wisdom, Kavi embarked on a journey of self-discipline. He established a daily routine that encompassed meditation, study, and mindful engagement in every task. The once elusive discipline became his constant companion, guiding him through the labyrinth of laziness. As Kavi's commitment deepened, the transformation within him became evident to the entire monastery. The vibrancy of his presence, once dimmed by lethargy, now radiated with the luminosity of diligence. His fellow monks, inspired by Kavi's journey, redoubled their own efforts to overcome laziness. Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara, observing the positive change in his disciples, decided to impart a final lesson on the nature of diligence. He gathered the monks under the Bodhi tree, the same type of tree under which the Buddha attained enlightenment. With deep joy, I witnessed the transformation that has taken place within each of you, Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara began. Diligence is not merely a means to an end. It is a way of life, a constant and unwavering commitment to the path of awakening. Let us reflect on the words of the Buddha, who likened diligence to a well-trained horse that responds to the gentlest touch of the rider. The venerable teacher shared the Buddha's analogy of the well-trained horse, emphasizing the qualities of diligence, enthusiasm, concentration, and wisdom as the four noble steeds that propel the chariot of one's spiritual journey. Kavi, his heart brimming with gratitude for the guidance he had received, felt a profound sense of responsibility to embody the teachings he had embraced. The metaphor of the chariot and its noble steeds resonated deeply within him, serving as a constant reminder of the dynamic interplay between diligence and wisdom. As the months passed, the monastery flourished with an atmosphere of diligence and mindfulness. The once lazy monk, Kavi, now stood as a beacon of inspiration for others. His journey from the clutches of laziness to the embrace of diligence became a living testament to the transformative power of the Buddha's teachings. In the spirit of gratitude, Kavi approached Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara one evening, expressing his deep appreciation for the guidance that had illuminated his path. The wise teacher, with a serene smile, acknowledged Kavi's growth and reminded him that the journey towards enlightenment was an ongoing process. The eradication of laziness is not a one-time victory, but a continuous dance with the forces that seek to impede our progress, Venerable Bhikkhu Sumanasara counseled. Stay vigilant, my dear Kavi, and let diligence be the constant companion on your journey. In the ebb and flow of life, may you navigate with the unwavering resolve to overcome the obstacles that may arise.
Greetings and welcome. Once upon a time, in a remote mountain monastery, there lived a wise Buddhist monk named Koji. Known for his profound understanding of Zen teachings, Koji was sought after by villagers and travelers alike for guidance on matters of the heart. One day, a troubled young couple, Hiroshi and Mei, approached the monastery seeking counsel on their strained relationship. Koji welcomed them with a warm smile, inviting them to sit in the peaceful garden overlooking a serene lotus pond. The air was filled with the subtle fragrance of blossoms, and the distant sound of a babbling brook created a tranquil backdrop for the unfolding conversation. The Dance of Mindfulness. As Hiroshi and Mei shared the challenges they faced in their relationship, Koji listened intently, his eyes reflecting the stillness of a deep, peaceful lake. With each word, He encouraged them to practice mindfulness, the art of being fully present in the moment. Imagine, Koji said, that each word you speak and every breath you take is a step in a sacred dance. In this dance, there is no past, no future, only the exquisite rhythm of now. Allow yourselves to be fully present with each other, acknowledging the beauty of the dance unfolding before your eyes. Embracing impermanence. To illustrate the concept of impermanence, Koji led Hiroshi and Mei to a patch of cherry blossom trees. He pointed to the delicate blossoms gently swaying in the breeze. "Behold the cherry blossoms," Koji said. "They bloom in all their glory for a fleeting moment, then gracefully fall away. Life, like the cherry blossoms, is impermanent. Embrace each other with the awareness that this dance of togetherness is a fleeting but beautiful expression of love." Hiroshi and Mei looked at each other with newfound understanding, realizing that their struggles were merely transient waves in the vast ocean of their shared experience. The power of silence. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow on the lotus pond, Koji guided the couple to a quiet meditation space. In the profound silence, he encouraged them to explore the eloquence of non-verbal communication. Silence is a bridge that connects hearts without the need for words, Koji whispered. In the embrace of silence, you may find a deeper understanding and connection. Allow the stillness to speak the unspoken language of your souls. Hiroshi and Mei, guided by Koji's wisdom, closed their eyes and let the silence envelop them. In that shared quietude, they felt a profound connection, transcending the limitations of language. Non-attachment and freedom. The following day, Koji took the couple on a journey through the monastery's bamboo grove. He explained the concept of non-attachment, using the bamboo as a metaphor for flexibility and resilience. Like the bamboo that bends with the wind, relationships thrive when built on the foundation of non-attachment. Allow each other the freedom to grow and change, understanding that true love is a dance of mutual support rather than possession. Hiroshi and Mei, inspired by the bamboo's grace, embraced the idea of non-attachment. They realized that their relationship could flourish when liberated from the constraints of unrealistic expectations. Compassion in action. In the heart of the monastery, Koji introduced the couple to the practice of compassionate presence. He emphasized the importance of active listening, understanding, and offering support without judgment. Compassion is the gentle rain that nurtures the seeds of love, Koji explained. In your interactions, cultivate the soil of understanding, allowing the blossoms of compassion to bloom. Be there for each other with open hearts and a willingness to alleviate the suffering that may arise. Hiroshi and Mei, now attuned to the practice of compassionate presence, found themselves more connected and supportive, embodying the essence of loving kindness. The harmony of dualities. In the final lesson, Koji led the couple to a yin-yang symbol etched in the monastery's courtyard. He spoke of the interconnected nature of dualities and the harmony that arises when opposites dance together. Your relationship is a dance of dualities, joy and sorrow, light and darkness. Embrace the unity within this dance, understanding that each of you contributes to the equilibrium of the whole. In unity, you find strength and balance. Hiroshi and Mei, standing hand in hand, saw the beauty in their complementary roles. They recognized that the harmony of dualities was the very fabric of their shared journey. As the days passed in the monastery, Hiroshi and Mei immersed themselves in the teachings of Koji. They practiced mindfulness, embraced impermanence, valued silence, let go of attachment, cultivated compassion, and reveled in the harmony of their dualities. When the time came for them to leave, Hiroshi and Mei thanked Koji with tears of gratitude in their eyes. The lotus pond, once a mirror reflecting their troubles, now shimmered with the tranquility of a shared journey towards enlightenment. Koji, with a knowing smile, bid them farewell, reminding them that the lessons learned were not confined to the monastery, but woven into the very fabric of their lives. As Hiroshi and Mei walked hand in hand into the world beyond, the echoes of Zen wisdom continued to guide their steps, a timeless dance of presence, understanding, and love. In a secluded Buddhist monastery nestled in the verdant hills of a distant land, there lived a community of monks who dedicated their lives to the pursuit of wisdom and inner peace. Among them was a venerable monk named Prajna, whose life exemplified the profound understanding of using time wisely. Prajna's days were a tapestry of mindful moments, each thread woven with purpose and intention. His routine began with the pre-dawn hours, where the soft glow of morning illuminated the monastery. As the first rays of sunlight kissed the courtyard, Prajna, along with his fellow monks, gathered for the morning meditation. In the stillness of the meditation hall, surrounded by the fragrance of incense, Prajna guided the monks in a practice that transcended the boundaries of time. The rhythmic chants and the deep resonance of the singing bowl echoed through the hall, creating a sacred space where the present moment unfolded with pristine clarity. As the day unfolded, Prajna moved with grace and purpose, emphasizing the importance of using time wisely in every action. Whether tending to the monastery garden, engaging in study, or participating in communal tasks, he approached each moment with mindfulness. The simple act of sweeping the courtyard became a meditation in motion, a dance with the broom that mirrored the impermanence of time. One day, a young monk named Sujata approached Prajna with a sense of urgency. "Venerable Prajna," Sujata began, "I find it challenging to manage my time wisely. There are so many tasks, and it feels like time slips away unnoticed. How can I cultivate the awareness to use my time more effectively?" Prajna, with a serene smile, invited Sujata to join him in the garden. As they worked side by side, he shared a parable passed down through generations, a story that spoke to the essence of time and the choices we make. Once, in a distant village, there lived an old, wise woman named Kalyani. She possessed a magical hourglass that could manipulate time. One day, a curious young villager asked her to demonstrate its powers. Kalyani agreed and turned the hourglass, causing time to accelerate. The young villager, caught up in the rush of time, found himself aging rapidly. The days and nights blurred into one, and before he knew it, his youth had slipped away. Distraught, he pleaded with Kalyani to reverse the hourglass. With a compassionate smile, she did so, restoring the young man to his original age. The wise woman spoke, "Time is a precious gift, my child. How you use it shapes the tapestry of your life. Choose wisely, for once a moment is gone, it can never be reclaimed." As Prajna concluded the parable, he turned to Sujata with a gentle gaze. In the same way, each moment in our lives is precious. The choices we make, the way we engage with the present, shapes the narrative of our existence. To use time wisely is to recognize its impermanence and to cultivate mindfulness in every breath, every step. Inspired by Prajna's guidance, Sujata embarked on a journey of self-discovery. The young monk began to integrate mindfulness into every aspect of his daily life, from the simplest tasks to the most complex responsibilities. Through meditation, Sujata developed a heightened awareness of the present moment, allowing him to navigate the river of time with clarity and purpose. In the heart of the monastery, Prajna continued to impart timeless teachings on the wise use of time. He emphasized the importance of setting priorities, recognizing the difference between urgent and important tasks, and creating space for contemplation amid life's busyness. One day, the monastery faced an unexpected challenge. A powerful storm swept through the hills, leaving the courtyard scattered with debris. The monks, faced with the task of restoring order, approached Prajna for guidance. Prajna, with his characteristic calm, gathered the monks and spoke. In the face of challenges, the wise use of time becomes even more crucial. Let us approach this task not as a burden, but as an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Each piece of debris we pick up, each step we take, is a moment to cultivate awareness. The monks, inspired by Prajna's wisdom, engaged in the cleanup with a sense of purpose. The storm, which initially seemed like an interruption, became a lesson in resilience and adaptability. Through mindful effort, the monastery emerged even more radiant than before. As the seasons changed and the years unfolded, the monks continued to embody the teachings of using time wisely. The monastery became a haven where the present moment was not squandered, but cherished. The library, where the scriptures were diligently studied, echoed with the quiet whispers of pages turning and pens scratching parchment. Prajna, in his role as a mentor and guide, observed the growth of the monks under his care. He witnessed their ability to balance the demands of daily life with the contemplative practices that nurtured the seeds of mindfulness. The once anxious Sujata transformed into a beacon of calm, his presence a testament to the transformative power of using time wisely. One day, as Prajna sat beneath the Bodhi tree, the symbolic heart of the monastery, he reflected on the cyclical nature of time. The leaves rustled in the gentle breeze, and the sun cast a warm glow on the courtyard. Prajna, with a heart full of gratitude, felt a deep sense of fulfillment. In a moment of clarity, Prajna realized that the true essence of using time wisely lay not in the completion of tasks, but in the quality of presence brought to each moment. It was the art of being fully engaged, whether in meditation, work, or contemplation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows on the courtyard, Prajna addressed the community of monks. "Dear brothers," he began, "the wise use of time is not a rigid adherence to schedules, but a dance with the ever-flowing river of moments. It is an invitation to savor the richness of life, to embrace each task with joy, and to cultivate a heart that beats in harmony with the rhythm of the universe." The monks, gathered under the Bodhi tree, absorbed Prajna's words with reverence. The teachings on using time wisely had become a living practice, an integral part of their daily lives. Inspired by the wisdom of their venerable teacher, they continued to tread the path of mindfulness, recognizing that each step, each breath, was an opportunity to awaken to the beauty of the present moment. And so, in the tranquil monastery nestled in the hills, the monks continued their journey, weaving the threads of time into a tapestry of mindful living. As the seasons cycled through their eternal dance, the monastery stood as a testament to the transformative power of using time wisely, a timeless lesson echoing through the corridors of existence. In the heart of a secluded Buddhist monastery, nestled amidst the mist-covered mountains, lived a community of monks dedicated to the pursuit of inner peace and enlightenment. Among them was a venerable monk named Dharmapala, whose life exemplified strength in the face of adversity. This story unfolds the wisdom he shared with his fellow monks about the concept of not showing weakness. Dharmapala's journey towards enlightenment was marked by the trials and tribulations that shaped his character. As a young monk, he faced numerous challenges, both internal and external. Yet, Dharmapala approached each obstacle with unwavering determination, concealing the vulnerabilities that lingered beneath the surface. One day, as the monastery gathered for the evening meditation, Dharmapala noticed a young monk, Ananda, who seemed disheartened. His shoulders slumped, and his gaze was cast downwards. Sensing the weight of Ananda's emotions, Dharmapala approached him after the meditation session. "Ananda, my brother, I sense a burden in your heart. What troubles you?" Dharmapala inquired with compassion. Ananda hesitated, but eventually shared his struggles. "Venerable Dharmapala, I feel overwhelmed by the challenges I face. I fear that my weaknesses will hinder my progress on the path to enlightenment." Dharmapala, with a gentle smile, invited Ananda to sit with him beneath the Bodhi tree. In the dappled shade, Dharmapala began to share a parable passed down through generations, a story that would unravel the layers of wisdom behind the concept of not showing weakness. Long ago, in a distant village, there lived a skilled archer named Arjuna. He was renowned for his precision and accuracy in hitting the target, a feat that earned him admiration far and wide. Arjuna's reputation reached the ears of the king, who decided to put his skills to the ultimate test. The king summoned Arjuna to his court and challenged him to shoot an arrow through the eye of a rotating fish mounted high above the courtyard. The catch? Arjuna had to perform this feat while looking only at the reflection of the fish in a bowl of water at his feet. Arjuna accepted the challenge, but as he stepped forward to take the shot, doubt crept into his mind. The weight of the king's expectations and the fear of failure clouded his focus. In that moment of vulnerability, Arjuna hesitated, and the arrow wavered. A wise sage, observing the unfolding drama, approached Arjuna and whispered, "Strength lies not only in skill, but in the unwavering spirit that overcomes doubt. Do not show weakness, for it is the shadow that obscures the brilliance of your potential." With newfound resolve, Arjuna steadied his aim. Closing his eyes, he visualized the path of the arrow and the fish's eye. In that moment of focused determination, he released the arrow and it flew true, piercing the eye of the fish with unparalleled precision. As Dharmapala concluded the parable, Ananda listened attentively, the weight in his heart lifting. Dharmapala continued, "Ananda, we are all like Arjuna, facing the challenges set before us. It is natural to feel doubt and vulnerability, but it is the strength within, the unwavering spirit, that allows us to overcome adversity. Remember, not showing weakness does not mean denying our struggles, but rising above them with resilience and determination." In the days that followed, Dharmapala took Ananda under his wing, guiding him in the practice of cultivating inner strength. The young monk learned the art of self-discipline, mindfulness, and the power of positive thoughts. Through meditation and reflection, Ananda discovered the reservoir of inner strength that lay dormant within him. Dharmapala also emphasized the importance of facing external challenges with a composed demeanor. The monastery, like any community, faced its share of conflicts and disagreements. Dharmapala, through his actions, demonstrated how to navigate these situations with grace and composure, refusing to be swayed by the turbulence around him. Beyond the monastery walls, the impact of Surya's teachings reverberated through the neighboring villages. People sought solace and guidance from the venerable monk, who became known as a beacon of positivity in times of darkness. One day, a weary traveler named Maya arrived at the monastery gates. Maya's spirit was burdened by the trials of the world, and she sought refuge in the wisdom of Surya. The venerable monk, ever welcoming, invited Maya to sit beneath the Bodhi tree, where he shared stories and teachings on staying positive and strong. Maya, moved by the teachings, asked Surya a question that echoed the concerns of many seeking solace in a tumultuous world. Venerable Surya, how do you maintain positivity in the face of the world's challenges? How can one stay strong amidst adversity? Surya, with a warm smile, responded, "Positivity, dear Maya, is not an isolated state of being, but a dynamic relationship with the world around us. It is a choice we make in each moment, a conscious decision to embrace life with an open heart. To stay strong is to recognize the impermanence of challenges and to draw strength from the reservoir of inner resilience." To illustrate his point, Surya shared another parable. In a bustling city, there lived a skilled blacksmith named Arjun. Arjun faced the daily grind of his profession with grace and positivity. One day, a wealthy merchant approached him with a unique request to craft a set of ornate gates for his mansion. Arjun embraced the opportunity, pouring his heart and soul into the intricate design. However, as the completion neared, the merchant grew increasingly critical, pointing out flaws and demanding revisions. Arjun, despite his best efforts, found himself caught in the grip of frustration. Recognizing the shift in Arjun's mood, a wise friend approached him and offered a mirror. "Arjun," the friend said, "look at your reflection. The strength you seek to manifest in your work begins within. Stay positive and let your inner strength shape your creations." Arjun, upon gazing into the mirror, saw the tension in his own face. With a deep breath, he released the negativity and recommitted to his craft with renewed positivity. The gates, upon completion, were not only a masterpiece of skill, but also a testament to the strength that arises from a positive mindset. When the storm finally subsided, the villagers emerged to find their homes damaged and fields flooded. Yet, amidst the destruction, Kavi saw opportunity. He encouraged the villagers to come together, rebuild, and plant new seeds that would yield a more abundant harvest. Kavi's positivity became the guiding light for the village. In the face of adversity, he not only stayed strong but inspired others to do the same. The once devastated village transformed into a thriving community thanks to the seeds of positivity sown by Kavi. As the echoes of the parable lingered in the meditation hall, Surya looked into the eyes of each monk, imparting a message that transcended words. Just as Kavi found strength in positivity, my dear brothers, so too can we navigate the storms of life with unwavering resilience. Staying positive is not a denial of challenges, but a conscious choice to rise above them with an open heart and a steadfast mind. In the days that followed, Surya continued to guide the monks in the practice of staying positive and strong. He emphasized the importance of mindfulness, teaching the monks to observe their thoughts without attachment and to cultivate an inner garden of positivity. Through meditation and reflection, the monks began to recognize the power they held over their own mental landscape. As the monastery engaged in various activities, from tending to the gardens to participating in communal rituals, Surya encouraged the monks to infuse each action with positive intent. The once mundane tasks became opportunities for the monks to embody the teachings of staying positive and strong. One afternoon, as the monks worked in the garden under Surya's watchful eye, they encountered a challenge. A sudden infestation of pests threatened to devour the carefully tended crops. The mood in the garden shifted, and whispers of frustration wafted through the air. Surya, sensing the change, called the monks together. "My brothers," he spoke with calm authority, "even in the face of unexpected challenges, we have the power to stay positive. Let us approach this situation not as a setback, but as an opportunity to cultivate patience and find creative solutions." Inspired by Surya's words, the monks rallied their collective strength. They experimented with natural remedies, collaborated on protective measures, and most importantly, maintained a positive outlook. Slowly but surely, the garden began to thrive again, more resilient than before. As Surya concluded the parable, Maya sat in quiet contemplation. The teachings of staying positive and strong resonated deeply within her, providing a guiding light on her own journey. The monastery, under Surya's guidance, continued to thrive as a center of positivity and strength. Beyond the monastery walls, the impact of Surya's teachings reverberated through the neighboring villages. People sought solace and guidance from the venerable monk, who became known as a beacon of positivity in times of darkness. One day, a weary traveler named Maya arrived at the monastery gates. Maya's spirit was burdened by the trials of the world, and she sought refuge in the wisdom of Surya. The venerable monk, ever welcoming, invited Maya to sit beneath the Bodhi tree, where he shared stories and teachings on staying positive and strong. Maya, moved by the teachings, asked Surya a question that echoed the concerns of many seeking solace in a tumultuous world. "Venerable Surya, how do you maintain positivity in the face of the world's challenges? How can one stay strong amidst adversity?" Surya, with a warm smile, responded, "Positivity, dear Maya, is not an isolated state of being, but a dynamic relationship with the world around us. It is a choice we make in each moment, a conscious decision to embrace life with an open heart. To stay strong is to recognize the impermanence of challenges and to draw strength from the reservoir of inner resilience." To illustrate his point, Surya shared another parable. In a bustling city, there lived a skilled blacksmith named Arjun. Arjun faced the daily grind of his profession with grace and positivity. One day, a wealthy merchant approached him with a unique request to craft a set of ornate gates for his mansion. Arjun embraced the opportunity, pouring his heart and soul into the intricate design. However, as the completion neared, the merchant grew increasingly critical, pointing out flaws and demanding revisions. Arjun, despite his best efforts, found himself caught in the grip of frustration. Recognizing the shift in Arjun's mood, a wise friend approached him and offered a mirror. "Arjun," the friend said, "look at your reflection. The strength you seek to manifest in your work begins within. Stay positive and let your inner strength shape your creations." Arjun, upon gazing into the mirror, saw the tension in his own face. With a deep breath, he released the negativity and recommitted to his craft with renewed positivity. The gates, upon completion, were not only a masterpiece of skill, but also a testament to the strength that arises from a positive mindset. When the storm finally subsided, the villagers emerged to find their homes damaged and fields flooded. Yet, amidst the destruction, Kavi saw opportunity. He encouraged the villagers to come together, rebuild, and plant new seeds that would yield a more abundant harvest. Kavi's positivity became the guiding light for the village. In the face of adversity, he not only stayed strong but inspired others to do the same. The once devastated village transformed into a thriving community thanks to the seeds of positivity sown by Kavi. As the echoes of the parable lingered in the meditation hall, Surya looked into the eyes of each monk, imparting a message that transcended words. Just as Kavi found strength in positivity, my dear brothers, so too can we navigate the storms of life with unwavering resilience. Staying positive is not a denial of challenges, but a conscious choice to rise above them with an open heart and a steadfast mind. In the days that followed, Surya continued to guide the monks in the practice of staying positive and strong. He emphasized the importance of mindfulness, teaching the monks to observe their thoughts without attachment and to cultivate an inner garden of positivity. Through meditation and reflection, the monks began to recognize the power they held over their own mental landscape. As the monastery engaged in various activities, from tending to the gardens to participating in communal rituals, Surya encouraged the monks to infuse each action with positive intent. The once mundane tasks became opportunities for the monks to embody the teachings of staying positive and strong. One afternoon, as the monks worked in the garden under Surya's watchful eye, they encountered a challenge. A sudden infestation of pests threatened to devour the carefully tended crops. The mood in the garden shifted, and whispers of frustration wafted through the air. Surya, sensing the change, called the monks together. "My brothers," he spoke with calm authority, "even in the face of unexpected challenges, we have the power to stay positive. Let us approach this situation not as a setback, but as an opportunity to cultivate patience and find creative solutions." Inspired by Surya's words, the monks rallied their collective strength. They experimented with natural remedies, collaborated on protective measures, and most importantly, maintained a positive outlook. Slowly but surely, the garden began to thrive again, more resilient than before. As Surya concluded the parable, Maya sat in quiet contemplation. The teachings of staying positive and strong resonated deeply within her, providing a guiding light on her own journey. The monastery, under Surya's guidance, continued to thrive as a center of positivity and strength. Once upon a time, in a tranquil monastery nestled amidst the lush green hills of a distant land, there lived a wise and venerable Buddhist monk named Bhante Sujata. Renowned for his profound wisdom and deep understanding of the human mind, Bhante Sujata was often sought after by people seeking guidance on various aspects of life. One day, a young novice monk approached him with a humble request. "Venerable Bhante," the young monk said with reverence, "I find it challenging to remember the teachings and scriptures. My mind often feels scattered, and I struggle to retain the valuable lessons you impart to us. Please, guide me on how to improve my memory power." Bhante Sujata smiled warmly at the novice and motioned for him to sit beside him under the Bodhi tree. "Dear one, cultivating a sharp and focused mind is indeed a noble endeavor. The art of memory lies not in the complexity of techniques, but in the simplicity of practice. Listen closely, and I shall share with you the timeless wisdom that has been passed down through generations." the Garden of Mindfulness. Bhante Sujata began by emphasizing the importance of mindfulness. Imagine your mind as a vast and fertile garden, he said. Just as a garden requires careful attention to flourish, so does your mind. Cultivate the habit of mindfulness in all your actions. When you eat, be aware that you are eating. When you walk, be mindful of each step. Train your mind to be fully present in the moment. The young monk listened intently, absorbing Bhante Sujata's words like a sponge. The venerable monk continued, "When your mind is fully engaged in the present, it becomes like a well-tended garden. Thoughts of the past and worries about the future are like weeds that can hinder the growth of your mental flowers. Clear away these weeds through mindfulness, and your mind will become a fertile ground for memory to take root and flourish." The power of association. Transitioning seamlessly to the next lesson, Bhante Sujata spoke about the power of association. Connect new information with what you already know, he advised. This creates a network of associations in your mind, making it easier to retrieve information when needed. For instance, if you learn a new concept, relate it to something familiar. Build bridges between the known and the unknown. The venerable monk illustrated this with an analogy. Imagine your mind as a vast library. Each book represents a piece of knowledge. When you introduce a new book to the library, place it on a shelf next to books with similar themes. This way, when you seek a particular piece of information, you can follow the trail of related books, making the retrieval process more efficient. Rhythmic repetition. As the sun cast a warm glow over the monastery, Bhante Sujata spoke about the rhythmic power of repetition. Repetition is a timeless ally in the journey of memory improvement, he said. Just as water wears away stone through consistent dripping, so too does repeated exposure to information deepen its imprint on your mind. The venerable monk encouraged the young novice to chant scriptures, repeat teachings, and engage in daily rituals that involve rhythmic repetition. Through these practices, the teachings become like a familiar melody, echoing in the corridors of your mind. The more you immerse yourself in the rhythm of repetition, the more firmly the knowledge will be etched in your memory. Mindful learning. Transitioning to another facet of memory enhancement, Bhante Sujata emphasized the importance of mindful learning. Approach learning with curiosity and an open heart, he counseled. When your mind is receptive, it becomes a fertile ground for seeds of knowledge to take root. Engage with the teachings as if each word is a precious gem waiting to be discovered. The venerable monk suggested incorporating meditation into the learning process. Before you begin to study, take a few moments to center yourself through meditation. Clear your mind of distractions and approach the material with a calm and focused awareness. This way, your mind becomes like a still pond, reflecting the teachings with clarity. The Palace of Memory. As Bhante Sujata delved deeper into the nuances of memory enhancement, he introduced the novice to the concept of the Palace of Memory. Imagine constructing a palace in your mind, he said. Each room represents a different aspect of the knowledge you wish to retain. As you learn new information, place it in the appropriate room. When you need to recall something, traverse the halls of your palace with intention, and the doors to knowledge will open before you. To illustrate this technique, Bhante Sujata guided the young monk through the creation of his own mental palace. Together, they crafted a structure that mirrored the layout of the monastery, with different rooms dedicated to various aspects of Buddhist teachings. The novice marveled at the simplicity and effectiveness of this mnemonic device. Nutrition for the mind. As the day unfolded, Bhante Sujata turned the conversation towards the importance of mental nourishment. Just as a healthy body requires proper nutrition, so does a healthy mind, he said. Pay attention to your diet and lifestyle. Consume foods that nourish the brain, such as nuts, seeds, and fruits. Stay hydrated, get adequate sleep, and engage in physical exercise. A balanced lifestyle contributes significantly to the overall well-being of your mind, supporting memory function. The venerable monk also highlighted the role of mindfulness in eating. When you consume your meals with awareness, savoring each bite, you create a harmonious relationship between your body and mind. This, in turn, enhances your cognitive abilities, including memory. The art of letting go. As the day drew to a close, Bhante Sujata shared a final, profound lesson with the young monk. In the pursuit of memory improvement, do not forget the art of letting go, he said. Just as a cluttered room makes it challenging to find what you seek, a cluttered mind impedes memory. Release the unnecessary baggage of worries, regrets, and attachments. Embrace the present moment, for it is in the present that the seeds of memory are planted. The venerable monk guided the novice through a meditation on letting go, encouraging him to release any burdens that weighed heavily on his mind. As the young monk experienced a sense of lightness and clarity, Bhante Sujata imparted his final words of wisdom. Memory is not solely about accumulation, it is also about discernment. Choose wisely what you allow into the garden of your mind. Just as a skilled gardener tends to the flowers and removes the weeds, nurture the positive thoughts and let go of the negative. In doing so, you will create a sanctuary for wisdom to blossom and flourish. With a deep bow of gratitude, the young monk thanked Bhante Sujata for the invaluable teachings. As he walked away, the lessons echoed in his mind like the gentle rustling of leaves in the monastery garden. The journey to improve memory power, he realized, was not just a skill to be mastered, but a profound exploration of the mind's vast and intricate landscape. And so, under the watchful gaze of the Bodhi tree, the young monk embarked on his path of memory improvement, armed with the timeless wisdom imparted by the venerable Bhante Sujata. The monastery remained a haven of tranquility, where the teachings of mindfulness, visualization, association, repetition, and the art of letting go continued to guide seekers on their journey to cultivate a sharp and focused mind. Once upon a time, in the tranquil mountains of Tibet, there lived a wise and venerable Buddhist monk named Thupten. He was known far and wide for his deep wisdom, compassion, and the profound tranquility that surrounded him. Thupten had dedicated his life to the pursuit of inner peace and the well-being of all sentient beings. One day, as he meditated beneath the shade of an ancient Bodhi tree, he received a message from a nearby village. The village, nestled between the mountains, was grappling with a rising tide of mental health challenges. The once close-knit community was now haunted by stress, anxiety, and the relentless pace of modern life. The village leaders, aware of Thupten's reputation, sought his guidance in finding a path to improve the mental well-being of their people. Thupten, moved by compassion, decided to visit the village and share the timeless teachings of mindfulness and inner peace. As he descended from the mountains, the villagers welcomed him with open hearts. Thupten began his teachings with a simple yet profound message. The key to improving mental health lies within, in the depths of one's own consciousness. He gathered the villagers in the central square, where an ancient stone circle stood as a symbol of unity. Thupten spoke with gentle authority. Dear friends, the answers to your mental well-being are not found in the external world, but within the recesses of your own minds. Let us embark on a journey together to discover the boundless reservoirs of peace that reside within each of us. Thupten started by teaching the villagers the art of mindful breathing. He explained how the breath serves as a bridge between the body and the mind, and how by paying attention to the breath, one can anchor oneself in the present moment. The villagers, eager to learn, embraced this simple yet powerful practice. As the days passed, Thupten introduced the practice of meditation. Under the shade of ancient trees and in the stillness of early mornings, the villagers learned to quiet their minds and observe the thoughts that arose without judgment. Thupten guided them through the process of letting go of attachment to thoughts, allowing them to come and go like passing clouds. With each passing day, the village underwent a subtle transformation. The air was filled with a sense of calm, and the once tense faces of the villagers began to soften. Thupten, recognizing the progress, decided to delve deeper into the teachings of compassion and interconnectedness. In the heart of the village, there stood an old temple adorned with prayer flags fluttering in the breeze. Thupten gathered the villagers and spoke about the importance of cultivating compassion, not only for oneself, but also for others. He emphasized the interconnected web of existence, where the happiness of one is intricately linked to the happiness of all. To illustrate this interconnectedness, Thupten shared a parable about a spider's web. Imagine, he said, a spider weaves a delicate web. If you touch one strand, the whole web vibrates. Similarly, our actions, thoughts, and emotions send ripples into the interconnected fabric of life. By cultivating compassion, we can ensure that our vibrations contribute to the harmony of the entire web. The villagers, inspired by Thupten's words, began to practice loving-kindness meditation. They extended feelings of warmth and goodwill not only to themselves, but also to their fellow villagers and all living beings. As the practice deepened, a palpable sense of unity enveloped the village. Thupten, seeing the positive changes, decided to address the importance of mindful living. He spoke about the significance of being fully present in every moment, savoring the simple joys of life and appreciating the beauty that surrounded them. The villagers, once caught in the whirlwind of daily challenges, began to notice the intricate details of their existence, the vibrant colors of the flowers, the soothing sound of a babbling brook, and the warmth of human connection. As the weeks passed, the transformation in the village was undeniable. The once burdened hearts now radiated a genuine joy, and the atmosphere was charged with a sense of serenity. Thupten, satisfied with the progress, decided to empower the villagers to continue their journey towards improved mental health independently. In a final gathering, Thupten shared the story of the lotus flower. Just like the lotus rises from the murky waters to bloom in pristine beauty, so too can we rise above the challenges of life through the practice of mindfulness and compassion. Each one of you carries the potential for boundless inner peace within. Cherish this gift and let it illuminate the path to lasting well-being. With gratitude in their hearts, the villagers bid farewell to Thupten. The teachings he imparted had not only improved their mental health, but had also fostered a sense of community, compassion, and resilience. The village, once shrouded in the shadows of anxiety, now stood as a beacon of light, a testament to the transformative power of mindfulness and compassion. As Thupten ascended the mountain path, he reflected on the journey. The teachings he shared were not just words, but a lived experience, a timeless wisdom that transcends cultural boundaries and speaks to the universal human condition. The story of the village became a ripple in the vast ocean of interconnected lives, a reminder that the path to improved mental health begins within, in the quiet recesses of the heart. Back in his mountain hermitage, Thupten continued his practice, sending silent blessings to the village below. The echoes of his teachings lingered in the mountain air, a gentle reminder that the journey towards well-being is a continuous unfolding, a dance between the inner and outer worlds, guided by the eternal flame of awareness and compassion. In the heart of a serene and secluded monastery, nestled between mist-kissed mountains and whispering pines, lived a venerable Buddhist monk named Bhikkhu Ananda. Renowned for his deep understanding of the human mind and the essence of consciousness, Bhikkhu Ananda was sought after by seekers and monks alike, all yearning to tap into the vast reservoir of awareness that he seemed to embody effortlessly. One crisp morning, as the first rays of the sun painted the sky in hues of gold, a young monk named Kavi approached Bhikkhu Ananda with a humble request. "Venerable Ananda," Kavi spoke with reverence, "I seek guidance on how to tap into my awareness more fully. My mind often feels clouded, and I long to experience the clarity and presence that you embody. Can you share the path to awakening one's awareness?" Bhikkhu Ananda, with a gentle smile that seemed to radiate tranquility, motioned for Kavi to join him in the quiet courtyard shaded by ancient Bodhi trees. "Dear Kavi," he began, "the journey into awareness is a profound exploration of the mind and the nature of consciousness. It is a path that requires patience, dedication, and a deep commitment to understanding the intricacies of your own being. Come, let us embark on this journey together." The stillness of the breath, Bhikkhu. Ananda guided Kavi to sit in a comfortable yet alert posture. "The breath," he said, "is the gateway to awareness. Close your eyes and simply observe the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel the coolness as you inhale and the warmth as you exhale. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. Let your entire awareness rest on the breath." As Kavi followed the instructions, he began to feel a subtle shift within himself. The chaotic chatter of his mind started to dissipate, and a profound stillness emerged. Bhikkhu Ananda continued, "In the stillness of the breath, you connect with the present moment. This is the first step in tapping into your awareness, anchoring yourself in the now." The dance of thoughts. As they continued their meditation, Bhikkhu Ananda spoke about the nature of thoughts. "Thoughts are like clouds passing through the vast sky of your mind. They come and go, but the sky remains unchanged. Similarly, your awareness is like the unchanging sky, and thoughts are the passing clouds. Observe them without attachment or judgment." Kavi found himself watching the dance of his thoughts, acknowledging their presence without getting entangled in their stories. Bhikkhu Ananda encouraged him to maintain this awareness throughout daily activities, observing the ebb and flow of thoughts without being carried away by their currents. The mirror of mindfulness. Transitioning seamlessly to the concept of mindfulness, Bhikkhu Ananda explained, "Mindfulness is like a clear mirror reflecting the present moment without distortion. Practice mindfulness in every action, whether you are walking, eating, or engaging in daily tasks. Let your attention be fully present in the task at hand. The mirror of mindfulness will reflect the beauty of each moment." He guided Kavi through a mindful eating exercise, encouraging him to savor each bite with complete awareness. The simple act of eating became a meditation, a doorway into a heightened state of consciousness. Embracing impermanence. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Bhikkhu Ananda spoke about the concept of impermanence. Awareness flourishes when you understand the transient nature of all things, he said. Nothing in this world is permanent. Embrace each moment with the understanding that it, too, shall pass. This awareness brings a profound sense of gratitude for the fleeting beauty of life. Kavi reflected on this teaching, recognizing the impermanence not only in the external world, but also within himself. He understood that the awareness he sought was not a static state, but a dynamic and ever-evolving journey. Deep listening and compassionate presence. The day unfolded, and Bhikkhu Ananda delved into the practices of deep listening and compassionate presence. To tap into your awareness, cultivate the art of deep listening. When someone speaks, be fully present with them. Listen not only to their words, but also to the emotions behind them. In this attentive listening, you connect deeply with the essence of the present moment. He continued, compassionate presence is the natural outcome of deep listening. As you cultivate awareness, let compassion arise within you. Be present for others in their joy and sorrow. Your compassionate presence becomes a balm that soothes the wounds of the world. The silence. Within under the shade of the Bodhi trees, Bhikkhu Ananda and Kavi explored the profound silence within. Beyond the noise of the external world and the chatter of the mind, there exists a sacred silence, Bhikkhu Ananda whispered. This silence is the essence of your being. In meditation, dive into this silence. It is the source of true awareness. Kavi closed his eyes, and in the stillness, he touched the silence within. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a silence pregnant with the wisdom of the ages. Bhikkhu Ananda sat beside him, a silent guide in this inner journey. Letting go and liberation. As the day waned, Bhikkhu Ananda spoke about the liberating power of letting go. To tap into your awareness fully, you must learn the art of letting go, he said. Release the attachments that bind you, attachments to desires, fears, and judgments. In letting go, you free yourself to dance with the ever-changing rhythms of life. He guided Kavi through a meditation on letting go, encouraging him to surrender to the flow of existence. The young monk felt a lightness as he relinquished the burdens he carried within. The integration of awareness. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow on the monastery, Bhikkhu Ananda summarized the day's teachings. Awareness is not a destination, it is a way of being. Integrate these practices into your daily life. Let mindfulness infuse every breath. Let compassion be the guiding force in your actions, and let the silence within be your refuge. Kavi, with a heart full of gratitude, bowed to Bhikkhu Ananda. The venerable monk smiled. May your journey into awareness be as boundless as the sky and as deep as the ocean. Remember, the path unfolds with each step, and every moment is an opportunity to tap into your awareness. And so, under the watchful gaze of the Bodhi trees, Kavi embarked on his journey into awareness, a journey guided by the timeless wisdom of Bhikkhu Ananda. The monastery stood as a silent witness to the dance of consciousness, where seekers and monks alike continued to explore the depths of their own being, tapping into the boundless wellspring of awareness that lay within.